all of us go through trauma, which is an inherent experience of feeling unseen, unknown, and unheard. And that creates disconnection, right? Dissociation from our bodies, from our authentic self, from our spirit, from literally our voice. Every part of us becomes disconnected and fragmented. And that's the real shame. Because when we're starting to talk about purpose, it's like, well, emotional trauma really becomes the culprit that has disconnected us from our understanding of who we are truly at our core. And again, these traumas have happened of pretty much no fault of our own. They've happened typically in our earliest, most formative developmental years. Oftentimes, in my case, for instance, I experienced my first trauma the day I was born. I was I was in the incubator after I was born for the first week plus of life. And we're understanding how traumatic that is to an infant and to our nervous system, to our attachment systems. And when we start to look at things in that context, it's like we live in a world where there's no matter who you are, if you're the most amazing parent in the world, you're not going to be able to get it 100% on spot on. And when we look at relational qualities through a lens of what's called attachment theory, like we want to create what are called secure relationships, secure attachments. And the reality is that most of us do not have a secure attachment with our caretakers, specifically from childhood in this case, which tends to be transferred onto our romantic partners as we get older. And so emotional trauma, I think, is the one thing that we have to work out as part of our evolutionary process, as part of this path back to wholeness, so that we can even begin to think about being able to embody our purpose. Because the reality is that our responses to emotional trauma actually are preventing us, are telling us that it's unsafe to be authentic, to be vulnerable, right? To embody what we believe is true, to have intuition, to let that lead in our lives, all in very important qualities that are going to contribute to us being able to embody and live our purpose. And so emotional trauma is both the culprit, but it's also this really brilliant, I think, piece of life that I would argue gives us a sense of purpose because it informs our work in this lifetime. And I hate to say it, none of us came here to chill, Netflix and chill. You know what I'm saying? Like, as much as we want an easy life, we're here to do work. We're here to have fun too. Absolutely. Don't get me wrong. That is so important. And play, fun, a huge driver of healing, right? A huge antidote to trauma. But at the same time, we're here to do work and enjoy the process.